Your dua needs your discipline. Not because Allah isn't capable, not because Allah needs your help, but because the life you are praying for requires a version of you haven't fully stepped into yet. And if we are being honest, most of us love the idea of change. We love the idea of elevation. We love the idea of a new chapter. But we struggle with the part where we have to become new too. Queens, you can't pray for a new life and keep the same habits. Assalamu alaikum Queens, you're all welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, my name is Zainab, but you can call me Z for short. Here we talk about all things faith, self-care, self-love, confidence, personal growth and healing, while embracing a balanced Muslim lifestyle that is pleasing to Allah. If that resonates with you, please subscribe, turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any of my videos. So today we are having an honest conversation. Not a harsh one, not a shame-filled one, but a truthful one. Because so many of us are making dua for a softer life, a better routine, stronger iman, more discipline, more peace, more consistency, and a higher version of ourselves. But our daily habits haven't changed. And that disconnect is why we feel stuck. Not because Allah isn't listening, not because Allah isn't responding, but because transformation is a partnership. Dua opens doors and discipline is what works through them. Let's start here. Feeling stuck doesn't mean you are cursed. Feeling stuck doesn't mean Allah has abandoned you. Feeling stuck doesn't mean your dua are being ignored. Most of the time, feeling stuck means you've outgrown your current patterns. Your soul is asking for more. Your heart is craving alignment. Your spirit knows there is another level for you. But your habits are still operating from an old version of you. And that creates tension. You are praying like someone who wants change, but living like someone who is comfortable with familiar. And familiar doesn't mean fulfilling. Familiar just means known. Even if it is painful, even if it is draining, even if it is holding you back. A lot of us stay in circles, not because we love them, but because they are predictable. And growth is unfamiliar. Growth is uncomfortable. Growth requires decisions. So we've been taught to see dua as simply asking, but dua is deeper than that. Dua is alignment. Dua is intention. We've been taught to see dua as simply asking, but dua is deeper than that. Dua is alignment. Dua is intention. Dua is you standing before Allah saying, I want to become better. I want to live better. I want to be closer to you. And every sincere dua comes with an unspoken question. Are you willing to become the kind of person who can hold what you are asking for? Because answered prayers doesn't just change circumstances. They change people. If you're asking Allah for discipline, you will be placed in situations that requires discipline. If you're asking Allah for peace, you will be invited to release chaos. If you are asking Allah for elevation, you will be guided to outgrow what is keeping you small. Dua isn't passive, it is participatory. And this is where we need to be gentle but honest. If you wake up the same way, scroll the same way, procrastinate the same way, avoid responsibilities the same way, delay salah the same way, speak to yourself the same way, your life will look the same. Not because Allah isn't powerful, but because Allah created this world with cause and effect. Seeds determine harvest. Harvest determines outcomes. Identity determines behavior. You don't accidentally become disciplined. You become disciplined through repeated choices, small ones, unsexy ones, boring ones, daily ones. And let's clarify something. Faith-backed discipline is not hustle culture. It's not punishing yourself. It is not romanticizing exhaustion. It is not becoming harsh and rigid. Faith-backed discipline is, I care about my hero. I care about my future. I care about the woman I'm becoming. It is choosing consistency over comfort. It is choosing structure over chaos. It is choosing alignment over excuses, not from fear, not from shame, but from love. Love for Allah, love for your soul, and love for your potential. Every prayer you make is attached to a version of you. If you are praying for a calmer life, you need a calmer habit. If you are praying for a productive life, you need an intentional routines. If you are praying for a stronger iman, you need consistent spiritual practices. And if you are praying for confidence, you need self-respectful behaviors. And if you are praying for peace, you need boundaries. You cannot pray for a new identity while protecting an old lifestyle. At some point, something has to shift. Not all at once, not perfectly, but intentionally. Queens, this is not about being perfect. This is not about waking up tomorrow and becoming a brand new woman. This is about choosing one habit that aligns with your life, with what you are praying for. Just one, because one aligned habit creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence, and confidence creates consistency, and consistency changes lives. Now, let's talk about routines. Not aesthetic routines, not perfect morning routines, real routines, the kind that hold you steady when motivation disappears. Because motivation is emotional, it rises, it falls, it comes and goes. But discipline is decision. Faith-backed discipline is deciding, I will show up because Allah deserves my efforts. Not because you feel like it, not because it is easy, but because you made a commitment to become better. This is why routines matter. They remove the daily debate. You don't wake up asking, should I pray or not? You don't wake up asking, should I take care of myself? Routines turn intention into identity. If you want to build discipline in your life, start with your salah. Salah teaches showing up even when you are tired, showing up even when you are busy, showing up even when you don't feel spiritual. 5 times a day. That is not accidental. That is training. Salah anchors your day. It reminds you, my life has structure. I am not drifting. I am accountable. When Salah becomes consistent, other habits becomes easier because you've already proven to yourself, I can show up, I can keep a promise, and I can be consistent. That confidence transfers. A lot of people fail at consistency because they start too big. Like, I am going to wake up 5 a.m. I am going to work out every day. I am going to read the Quran for 1 hour. I am going to change my whole life. Then they miss one day and give up. Faith-backed discipline says, start small, start simple, and start sustainable. 5 minutes of the Quran, 10 minutes of movement, 1 page of journaling, 1 intentional meal, 1 earlier bedtime. Small habits done consistently beat big habits done occasionally. Allah loves consistency, even if it is small. Queens, stop waiting to feel motivated. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unstable. Identity is stable. Instead of saying, I'm trying to be disciplined, start saying, I am a disciplined woman. I am a woman who keeps her word. I am a woman who honors her commitments. When your identity changes, your behavior follows. You don't ask a disciplined woman to act disciplined. She just does, because that is who she is. Let's clear another lie. Discipline does not mean being cruel to yourself. It does not mean punishment, starvation, sleep deprivation, self-hate, or perfectionism. Faith-backed discipline includes mercy. If you miss a day, you don't spiral, you don't quit, you don't shame yourself, you return. Returning is discipline. Trying again is discipline. Consistency is built through return, not perfection. And here is an example of a faith-backed anchored system. Morning, you pray your fajr, short dua, 1 small productive task. And midday, you pray your dur. Eat, you hydrate, and evening you pray your asri, you pray your maghrib, and 10 minutes of something nourishing. And isha, you pray your isha, you prepare for tomorrow, and that's it. Not complicated, not overwhelming, but grounded. Structure creates safety. Safety supports growth. Sometimes it is not that you need more habits. Sometimes you need fewer distractions. Clearing space is also discipline. Queens, you don't need to become extreme. You don't need to become rigid, and you don't need to become perfect. You only need to become consistent. Pick one habit that matches the life you are praying for. Protect it, show up for it, and let it grow. Small beginnings create massive transformations. So most people say they want a new life, but what they really mean is they want new results without becoming a new version of themselves. A new life is built by a new identity. Your habits are not random. They are reflections of who you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who always starts but never finishes, someone who is bad at consistency, someone who lacks discipline, you will unconsciously behave in ways that confirms that story. Not because it is true, But because it is familiar, becoming a new woman starts with changing the story. I am becoming consistent. I am learning discipline. I am a woman who follows through. I am a woman who honors a word. Identity first and behavior second. Some versions of you cannot come with you, not because they were evil, not because they were useless, but because they were built from survival. And survival mode kept you alive, but it will not help you thrive. You cannot carry old habits, old excuses, old environments, old self-talk into a new season. At some point, you have to grieve who you used to be and choose who you are becoming. Growth requires loss, and that is okay. Living your duas means if you pray for discipline, you practice discipline. If you pray for peace, you protect your peace. If you pray for closeness to Allah, you create space for Him in your day. Dua is not only spoken, it is embodied. Your daily choices are silent prayers. They say, this is who I'm becoming. Make sure your habit matches your hopes. Queens, consistency is not intensity. Consistency is not perfection. Consistency is trying again after you mess up. Returning after you disappear. Choosing better even when it is hard. Consistency is quiet, boring, uncelebrated, but powerful. Most people don't fail because they are incapable. They fail because they quit so soon. Don't quit. Slow down. Adjust, but don't quit. So Queen, say this with me slowly. I am becoming disciplined. I am becoming consistent. I honor my commitments. I align my habits with my doer. I am building a life I am proud of. And I am becoming the woman I pray to be. Queens, you don't need to transform overnight. You don't need to become perfect. You don't need to do everything at once. You need to choose one aligned habit, then another, and let time do its work. Small steps taken daily change everything. Finally, Queens, you can't pray for a new life and keep the same habits. Your dua needs your discipline. Not because Allah is limited, but because Allah is shaping you into the woman who can hold what you are asking for. So choose alignment, Queens. Choose consistency and choose becoming. I will see you in the next work, inshallah. Don't forget to always look good, smell good, feel good, and be limitless with Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Peace out.